Hey, this is Mark with Old Spartan Fitness. This is the Why You Are Fat video. Today we're going to talk about the fat storage process, what happens in your body when you eat different foods. And this is pretty simple concept to understand. Unfortunately, a little more difficult to implement solutions just because you tend to be addicted to bad foods that are causing your problems. But the focus of the video is to define the problem so you know what's going on. The first thing I'd just like quickly to say is we're always talking about diets, dieting, what's my diet. You should start to think about diet as a noun, as in this is what I eat on a daily basis to sustain me. I like my diet, it's good, it tastes good, feels good, I have energy, as opposed to the diet as a verb, which is like restricting food. I'm on a diet, this is what I can't eat. It's just a bad attitude. And if you're dieting, basically restricting calories and trying to burn more calories by exercising, if that's your strategy to manage your weight, you're losing. It's not going to work, and you probably know that if you're overweight. You've tried it many times in your life. It doesn't work. Even though that's conventional wisdom, that's what everyone says to do, it simply doesn't work. So what you need to know is it's not a math problem, okay? It's not this calories in, calories out equation to weight management. It's a chemistry problem, okay? It's hormones. Yes, you know it, hormones are at the center of another problem in your life, but it's not estrogen, it is insulin. Insulin is the problem, or insulin is the hormone that's key to understand, not necessarily the problem. So I'm going to give you the quick, very simplified version of what happens inside your body when you end up storing fat. And the first thing is consumption of carbohydrates. They break down very quickly into glucose, and they enter the bloodstream. And then the body, which doesn't want them in the bloodstream because it's actually toxic to the body, that's when the insulin is secreted. And its job is to go out there and do something with all the glucose in the bloodstream. And it's got three options. The first is it'll burn it. If you need energy at that moment, if you were just being physically active, it'll burn it up. That's option one. Option two is it stores it for later use. And it either gets stored in the liver or in your muscles around your body. This is for fight or flight type activity. So you have immediate energy storage at the where it could be used if needed quickly. If those sites are full, the last option is it gets converted to fat and stored in your fat cells. And if you're overweight, option C is happening more often than not. And that's probably because number one, you're not that active, and so quite often your storage sites are always full, and you're not creating a demand for energy because you're not doing a lot. That's what happens when you become overweight. You tend to be a little less active. So option C is the only thing that's available. You've got fat going in to storage sites in your fat tissue, but never coming out. In a healthy person, your body constantly switches back and forth from burning glucose, burning fat. Fat goes into cells, gets pulled back out, gets burned. It works very nicely. As the longer you've been overweight, the longer you've been pumping this insulin into your system to try to manage all this glucose. Eventually, you start to become resistant to the insulin, and bad things just start to happen. You start to secrete more and more. Your body's not reacting to it, and it becomes a one-way fat storage system. Fat just keeps going in and never comes out, and you're overweight. So, what's the problem? Is it the insulin? No, it's not the insulin. I mean, that's the obvious. You want to manage the insulin, but insulin is a symptom of eating too much carbohydrate. No carbs, no insulin release. You got to understand that. So, the key is to manage your carbohydrate intake. And specifically, you want to cut out the cheap, highly refined carbs that break down very quickly in your system. So if you get rid of, like for an example, stop eating, pancakes and maple syrup for breakfast. Instead, go for the bacon and eggs. Stop eating pizza and a can of pop at lunch. Get fish and some veggies and drink some water. Chicken, potatoes, little red potatoes and veggie with butter on it. Yes, fat's good for you. That's what you gotta sort of change your thinking. Lay off the highly refined carbs, the things that are typically grain, or basically grain. The grain-based stuff is killing you. Stuff that are in boxes and bags, and almost everything that's in your pantry and in your freezer. That kind of food is the source of your problem. Manage your carbohydrate intake. You start to manage that insulin response, and you can heal your system. The good thing is you can recover from these problems that you've created by eating the right foods. It's the quality of the calories, not the quantity. So subscribe to my channel if you like this video. Give me a like, and also comment below. Tell me what you think. And there'll be more videos coming out in the Why You Are Fat series. Thanks.